His MVP. Goal swung, right field. Forget about it. Rangers strike first. Goes after the first one. Drills a high fly ball. Left center field. This game is tied. From Javier. Seager hits a high fly ball. Deep right field. A bomb into first. One swing. Drive. It's tied. Corey Seager smashes the ball. Down the line. Goodbye. Now Seager to right center field. Way back there. Gone again. Corey Seager does it again. It's Texas Rangers win the World Series. The Willie Mays Most Valuable Player Trophy presented by Chevrolet. Is there any doubt? Corey Seager.
Hi, and welcome to another edition of Right on Rangers Live, coming at you bottom of the eighth inning. 6-3. It's bad, guys. Not good. Once up 3-2 in this game, the Astros have been allowed to score 4 straight runs. And the Rangers have quite the uphill battle if they intend to come back in this one. Carl Edwards Jr. on the mound right now, does have one out in the inning, trying to keep it right here at a 3-run deficit as the Rangers look forward to the top of the ninth. Final AB. Not the way the Rangers wanted to start this series. Just not the way. You definitely still have hope in this series with two of your best pitchers, Merrill, Kelly, Jacob deGrom on the mound Tuesday, Wednesday. But you would have loved to have started this series out with a win. You had the better pitcher on the mound tonight, and it just didn't get done. Jack Leiter being asked to do a lot. I can't say that this one is totally on Leiter. You would have loved for him to have been a lot sharper in this ball game. Jack obviously had his moments in this one, but not the kind of performance that you want to see from him in a big game like this. And again, with Jack Leiter, it continues to go back to consistency. Consistency, right? Last start was not Jack's best. This start cannot say it's his best either. I know, oddly enough, I put it, I think, in the description. He actually earned a quality start tonight, I believe, allowing 3 earned runs in 6 2/3. 6 runs total, but because of the Josh Smith throwing error, some of those runs are unearned from Leiter. Look, are we missing Corey Seager's defense yet? Marcus Semion's as well. And this is, I think, something that is probably slept on quite a bit in the discussions about the veterans coming back, but you really miss Seager and Semien turning double plays up the middle on a night like tonight. Not a great day to be a Rangers fan. Hopefully they can make something out of this one in the bottom of the ninth. Or in the top of the ninth, excuse me. Couple of points I want to take on this one. And I put out a video on it today. I really do not understand why Mike Hellman is not starting. I have no clue why Mike Hellman is not starting for the second straight day. I get an off day on Sunday. The Rangers are 16-4 when Michael Hellman starts a game. It makes little to no sense that he's not in the lineup. I don't care about the lefty-righty matchup. I don't care about any of that. Or in this case, righty-lefty matchup, Osuna getting the start over Mike Hellman. I can see why Adolis is back. Look, this is his second home, if you will. He owns this place. He hasn't done it tonight. But I can see why Adolis Garcia is back. I definitely am not arguing that. I think that Adolis yesterday could have had a little bit of a softer landing, not batted cleanup right out the gate with no rehab game. But I really don't understand the Hellman move, why you're not playing Mike Hellman every day. It makes little to no sense to me. Really unfortunate, though, that errors are what really does this game in for Texas. Just not being able to get double plays there. What was it, in the 7th inning? I think it was in the 5th inning. Just not being able to get double plays there was huge. Don't know if Semien, Seager help out with that process at all. Mike Hellman, by the way, up to bat right now, top of the ninth. Rangers, Hellman up to bat. Then you have Josh Young, Jonah Heim, Ezekiel Duran, if anybody gets on. Mike Hellman, 0 for 1 on the evening, was a sub a little bit later on. And what do you know? Hellman gets a base knock. What do you know? Mike Hellman gets a base hit. I don't understand Bochy not putting him in the game. It's criminal. It really is. Not putting him in the starting lineup, I should say. He's in the game right now. It's criminal. This is righty, and Hellman's doing it off one of Houston's best pitchers, best bullpen guys. It doesn't make any sense to me. There's no reason he does not need to be in the lineup tomorrow. Let's talk about another move. And Natalie, I think you mentioned it a little bit earlier. I'm going to go back to it. Look, Jonah Heim, why is he in the game in the first place? I think Higgy must be at a point where he's able to hit, maybe not able to catch. Jonah actually has not had a terrible game. He's got a couple of hits. He actually has a couple of hits, but I don't understand this move. This is a really pivotal move. So the Hellman situation is what it is. Why Bochy's not starting Mike Hellman, I don't get. I will say this, a more curious move to me, when Rowdy Tellez gets the base knock, right? Rowdy comes in, he pinch hits, he gets the base knock. Why are you not substituting Jonah Heim for Ezekiel Duran? I did not get that move at all. You put in Duran for Rowdy when you need the game-tying run at second. That made little to no sense to me, but I think it goes back to Higgy must not be available to catch. He must not be. But that made little to no sense to me why you did not have Ezekiel Duran pinch running for Jonah Heim. Wyatt Langford comes up, gets a base hit. Jonah Heim, of course, gets thrown out by a mile at the plate. It just made no sense to me. 0 sense. And yes, Josh Young, easiest double play grounder. He did have a home run earlier today. So you know what? I can't get on Josh Young too much. A lot of the other guys in this lineup didn't show up tonight. Doley, Jock. You had, of course, also Berger, 0 for 4 with 3 Ks. A lot of guys didn't show up tonight. I can't really blame Josh Young. Jonah Heim up right now, by the way. 3-0 count. Jonah, like I said, has not been terrible. He runs like he's got a freaking trailer hitched to his back. I was shocked that they did not pinch run Ezekiel Duran for Jonah, but Higgy must be unavailable. It's the only logical thing that I can think about. Zach, you know what? I have my suspicions that that is the case as well. The comment, by the way, was Garcia's rushed back. I don't know if he's rushed back, but I just think thrust into the cleanup spot right away, no rehab game. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. It does not make a lot of sense to me. I don't understand why Beasley didn't hold him up either, Dan. I still say it doesn't make any sense to not pinch run there. But honestly, Beasley should have held him up. You still had Jock Peterson coming up next. Granted, it would have been a lefty-lefty situation. By the way, Rangers have a little something cooking here. Game-tying run is up at the plate right now. And Cody Freeman is going to be the batter. Could Cody Freeman give us a little late-inning magic here? You never know. At least we got a little something together here. At least it's not a complete flame out. Yeah, look, Lone Star, I'm with you. I think Beasley's got to hold Jonah Heim there. Again, the move to make before that would have been sub Zeke Duran in for Jonah Heim. But I think that Higgy's unavailable. It's weird to me, though. Like, why are you rolling with one catcher? Like, I don't understand that at all. If it's that bad that Higgy can't catch 2 or 3 innings, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Is it that bad? Higgy can't even catch 2 innings tonight? And if that is the case and you're just rolling with Jonah Heim, I mean, look, put Cody Freeman back there. Cody Freeman's caught. I don't even care. Like, you've got to get creative right now to get wins. I do not understand at all some of that logic, some of the moves there in that 7th inning. Cody Freeman, by the way, working a 1-0 count. We keep going. Appreciate all the comments tonight. Wish we could be hanging out under a little bit of better circumstances, but Cody Freeman could change all that with a swing of the bat. He's going to take a timeout here. 1-0 count. Look, and I know that on the broadcast they're doing quite a bit of water carrying. That's what we'll call it. A lot of water carrying on the broadcast tonight. A little disappointing. I mean, look, Baksick, I know, can go off with the best of them, but a little disappointing. By the way, Cody Freeman's going to ground out here to third base. Force out at second. The Astros are going to take this game. Rangers drop to 3 games out of a playoff spot. And this is a tough L to take. You were up 3-2 in this game. Jack Leiter could not get the shutdown inning. Some very interesting managerial decisions in this one. We flush this one and go to tomorrow. Rangers got Merrill Kelly on the bump, followed by Jacob deGrom. They do still have a pretty good chance to win the series. But this is absolutely a heartbreaker. Heartbreaker. Yeah, look, it depends, Soldier, on what everybody else above you does. It really does. I don't know if I would say you can only lose one more game. I think you could probably afford to lose a couple more yet, but the margin of error becomes thinner and thinner. It really does. You have to win this series. You get KO'd by Houston here, 2 out of 3, 3 out of 3. It's not looking very good. I think we got to be honest about that for sure. Got to be honest about it. This one is on Beasley and Boch. McJay, I've definitely got my issues with both those guys. Bochy and the decision not to start Mike Hellman is huge to me. I don't understand that at all. I'd love to hear the rationale. He got the day off on Sunday. I know he came in and pinch hit in the Mets game. Had a base hit in that game too. I get it, and I think somebody floated on YouTube on the video that I put out. Well, the Astros love to throw lefties, so they're going to bring Mike Hellman off the bench. I don't care. I want Mike Hellman 4 at-bats. I don't want anybody else getting a Mike Hellman at-bat. I'd rather have Mike Hellman up there 4 times than have him up there only twice. Freeman, look, I think he probably would have loved to have a couple of his ABs back tonight, but I like Hellman. I like Freeman. I think they definitely have to play Hellman every day. I don't think there is any other option. You got to play him every day. Appreciate the follow, by the way. Tops, appreciate you. Do we still have a chance? Yes, we do, but the margin of error gets thinner and thinner. It really does. Here's kind of my thing. I want to lead off with this now that the game is over. And I can only speak as a former player here. And I know some of y'all played the game too. And for all my people that are hanging out, I do not claim an illustrious baseball playing career. Played in high school, played a little bit in college. Definitely never had any aspirations to go pro, anything like that. So I don't want anybody to think I'm speaking from a place of arrogance. But I've been around the game for a long time. After college ball, coached a little bit as well. Still do some baseball coaching here and there. So my experience is solid, but again, just want to give you a full disclaimer here. I just do not understand the mentality in a game like this. Bullpen guys being unavailable. I don't understand that mentality at all. As a competitor, there is nothing that is going to keep me from getting the ball unless my arm just does not work anymore. This is a game you have to have, and it is mind-blowing to me that they decide to use the excuse tonight, well, the bullpen's limited. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. Unless someone is hurt, in which case they need to go on the IL, you have got to use the arms that you need to use. The fact that you leave Jack Leiter in the game as long as they did, and you're going to blame it on bullpen not being available, bro, you've got to win games. Unless they are hurt, they need to be pitching. I'm sorry. I cannot even believe that RSN was water carrying for Bruce Bochy and the staff and the bullpen guys. You've got to throw in these games. What are you saving it for? The offseason when we don't make the playoffs? What are you saving the arms for? I think that is the most asinine, ridiculous excuse. And the fact that RSN just goes with it, it bothers me to no end. There are 12 games left in the season, right? Are we at 12? Are we at 11 games left now? What are you saving the arms for? It makes no sense. That frustrates me to no end. You know what? It's not even the fact that they do it and they set it up that way. It's the fact that nobody pushes back on it. Not media, not RSN. Nobody pushes back on it. I'm sorry. It's ridiculous to me. There's 11 games left in this season. And you're trying to pull the wool over my eyes. The bullpen needs rest. You've got to win games. It is mind-blowing to me that this is like an excusable free pass to Bruce Bochy and the staff. Mind-blowing. And RSN and Dallas Morning News and all these people just go with it. Where's the criticism? What, nobody wants the ball? Do the bullpen guys not want the ball? That's why Jack Leiter has to go almost 7 innings today and get left out to dry? No bullpen guy wants the ball? They got that many boo-boos that they can't make it through the last 11 games of the season? It's ridiculous. I cannot even believe that they are trying to pass this by us. Like we're supposed to be good with all of our best arms not throwing tonight. Whatever. You know what? We might win the series. We might win tomorrow. We might win Wednesday. It is going to make me no less upset about this. At what point do you go all out? You know what? Yeah, the arms are a little bit tired. We got to win games. Do you want to make it to October or not? It's very simple. I'm sorry. I don't want to hear any excuse making. I don't want to hear any Bochy backing on this one. It's ridiculous. You got to throw. If your arm's not falling off, you got to throw. Or you got to go on the IL. And we got to get somebody else up that can actually throw. You got to be available. There's 11 games left. I know I've said that a million times. It doesn't matter. You've got to be available right now. I would love to hear from the bullpen guys. I would love if Dallas Morning News, if any of these outlets would actually interview the players. Are you unavailable to throw? Are you telling the coaches that you can't throw? I would love for them to ask these questions because I surely would be if I was in there. And I wouldn't be this fired up, but what I would be saying is, are you unavailable? Are you telling the coaches that you're not able to throw right now, that you're not able to throw tonight? And then it can get squarely put on the coaching and their plan to not use guys a certain amount of innings or days or blah, blah, blah. Then we can really know whose fault it is. Nothing frustrates me more. It's probably the biggest thing that frustrates me out of this game tonight is guys being unavailable with 11 games left in the season. All right. Sermon may be coming to an end. It's not going to take much to get me fired up again, but I want to get y'all involved. You listen to me. I listen to you. We're going to get some of y'all's comments out there. We're going to get through everything of substance. If I miss it, I'm not ducking anything. You guys know better, but I might miss it. Honest mistake. Repost if I do not get your comment the first time. I do need to see effort. Thank you. I need to see effort. I need to see that you are willing to lay everything on the line to get us to October. And that's why I want the players interviewed. Ask them, are you available? Are you not available? And if they say that they're available, then you take it to Bruce Bochy. And somebody ask a question where you have to get a little bit uncomfortable. A little uncomfortable. And I don't even know what you exactly have to word it as. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. Do you know that there's 11 games left? Are we aware there's 11 games left in the season? I know that you're going to come off looking like a jerk asking it that way, but I don't know how else to say it. Why are we doing rest management with 11 games left? We're 2 games out of a playoff spot. Whoo! Swolger, I mean, I think you're right. I think they are. And I hate the water carrying. Evan Grant was doing it today. It's water carrying. And you know what? Maybe he would pop back and he would say, you know, I am asking the questions. And they're saying they're unavailable, blah, blah, blah. Great. Get more specific. Frustrating, guys. What are exactly? Daisy, thank you. What are they saving the pitchers for? It's not going to take much to get me fired up. It's not. Y'all got a home run against us by a guy who was in Double-A like 2 weeks ago. Sweet. JR, my brother, man. I appreciate you showing up. Good game. I tip my cap to you, my friend. You know I got nothing but love for you. You guys got us tonight. That's for sure. What's wrong with Higgy? I think I got to think it's the leg injury again with him. I got to think it's the leg injury. I don't really know what else it would be at this point. It's got to be the leg injury. There's no sense in pinch running for the guy who is the trail runner, right? The Rangers pinch run for Rowdy Tellez, the trail runner, when they had the game-tying run on second base. The only reason you don't do that is if Higgy can't catch. So maybe that was the case. I don't know. JJ, 100%, that's my point that I'm making right now. Why on earth are you not pinch running Ezekiel Duran for Jonah Heim? It's got to be because Higgy can't catch. And like I said earlier in the show, if you can't catch, we need somebody else who can catch. Like, you've got to be able to have a backup catcher. You cannot tell me that you're good rolling with Jonah Heim behind the dish the rest of the season and into October. No. Beasley is the worst third base coach in MLB. Beasley drives me nuts. I think he's a great dude. It's nothing personal. I think he is a great guy personally. I got to admit, y'all, Beasley has frustrated me many a time over all the seasons he has been with the Rangers. Dylan, 100%. There's no reason that Hellman should not be starting every game. Dan, I'm with you. I'm happy about the football results over the weekend. Sunday, Monday baseball results have been just about terrible. I hope we bowl them out tomorrow too, Tristan. Look, I'm going to take it glass half full. You know I'm going to take it there. You heard me get fiery, and I am right now. Pissed off, angry, and I know y'all are too. This is a ridiculous effort tonight. It's inexcusable. And you know what? They could come back and win tomorrow, and I do not care about anybody that's brushing this win off or brushing this loss off. Astros win, Rangers lose. I do not care about anybody that says, oh, bro, I didn't panic, and you know what? We won Tuesday, Wednesday. It doesn't matter. You got to win as many games as you can, and when the game is there for the taking, you've got to take advantage. You've got to take advantage. No way around it. Antonio, your fear is very legitimate. I said it on the video that I posted today. Y'all should go check it out after the live is over. A lot of y'all, myself included to an extent, maybe not as much as some of you, but we feared what was going to happen when some of the veterans kept coming back or started coming back from injury. And we've already gotten a small taste of that. And it's so unfortunate. Look, I wanted y'all to be wrong so badly. I wanted to be wrong badly. I hate that Adolis comes back and goes 0 for 7, 0 for 8, whatever he's gone. I hate it. I wanted y'all to be wrong so badly. And I wanted Adolis to just come out the gate, firing on all cylinders. And you know what? No one's shocked that it hasn't happened. And you know what? He might go off tomorrow. He might. I don't think that you can sit Adolis in Houston. I really don't. And I said that on my video today. I don't think you can sit him. Now, batting him fourth right out the gate, that was a little bit of an eyebrow raise for me. Does he need to hit cleanup with literally 0 rehab starts? No work. He's just been on the shelf the past week and a half, and we're just throwing him into the cleanup spot? I know that he had a nice stretch of games before the injury. Nevertheless, can we bat the guy 6th or 7th? Do we have to hit him clean up right out the gate? That doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, that's what I mean, Soldier. Like, my point exactly, brother. Same wavelength, man. Like, why are we having a guy that probably has terrible timing hit in one of the most clutch spots in a lineup where you're going to naturally get a lion's share of RBI opportunity? Yeah, Hellman and Freeman getting benched. Antonio, absolutely. John agrees. John, good to see you, brother. It's ridiculous. You've benched Hellman 2 games in a row. You better not bench him tomorrow. There's no reason to bench Mike Hellman the rest of the way. It doesn't matter. Adolis can still play. You don't bench Mike Hellman any longer. The dude's on fire right now. So sit him on the bench. Makes a lot of sense. Makes a ton of sense. Brian, I don't know if it was panic. Some of y'all are saying Bochy was panicking. Brian, you're not the only one that said that. A couple of people have said that in TikTok as well. I don't know what it was. I tend to think that it's just stubborn arrogance. I'm playing my matchups. I'm playing my guys. It's going to work. And you know what? Bochy's great. You're not going to upgrade over Bruce Bochy. I really don't think you are. As much as anybody wants to argue against that, I don't think we're upgrading. We might maintain. We might get a Skip Schumacher that can maintain what Bruce Bochy does, but we're not going to get that much better, if at all, with somebody else. Bruce Bochy is incredible, Hall of Fame manager. He's not immune to mistakes. He's not. But this benching of the guys that got you to this moment makes no sense to me at all. I love it. For all my NBA fans out there, you know, it's kind of like when you put the second unit on the floor and they bring you all the way back. You were kind of waving the white flag with the first guys, with the first string, with your first 5. Then you bring out the second unit and they bring you back in the ball game. And all of a sudden, it's a 2-3 point game. And you know what? Some coaches leave those second guys out there. Y'all got us here. Y'all go win us the game. And the starters stay sat on the bench. I could reel off a number of games where I've seen that happen. It's not happening here with Bruce Bochy and the Rangers. You're not going with the guys that got you here. Rangers were dead in the water. Look, we can be honest about it now that it's in the past. We can be honest. We can be real about it. The Rangers 3 weeks ago were dead in the water. 6 games out with, you know what, 30, whatever it was, 30 games left. They were like 6 games out. The chances of that happening are not likely. There's a reason Fangraphs had us at single-digit percentage odds to make the playoffs. There's a reason, y'all. And you know what? I've prided myself, and I'll continue to be glass half full as much as I possibly can. But the one thing we don't do on the show is sugarcoat. We don't sugarcoat. And this was unacceptable tonight, and it's unacceptable that you are not sticking with the guys that gave you a fighting chance this season. I'm sorry. Adolis Garcia, Marcus Semien. Look, there's no way you're benching Corey Seager. Can we just get that out of the way? Anybody suggesting not playing Corey Seager if healthy, absolutely nuts. I can't go there with you. Adolis Garcia, I can go there with you. Marcus Semien, I could probably go there with you. I don't think they're going to do it with Semien either. Marcus Semien, of course, taking some ABs in batting practice today. He's still a little ways away. I don't think they're going to bench Marcus Semien either if he's able to come back. It is going to be a very interesting last 2 weeks here. A lot can still happen. I don't think the Rangers are out of it. Anybody saying that they're out of it, they're not. But it is going to take a razor-thin margin of error moving forward now that you've lost another winnable game. That is what kills all the Rangers fans that are down bad right now, myself included. That is what hurts. You could have won yesterday. You could have won today. It hurts knowing how close you were to an 8-game win streak, which is what we would be on had we won yesterday and had we won tonight. You'd be on an 8-game heater. And you could have been. The game was right there. And you got too cute. I don't know if it's panicking, Brian. I don't know if it's overthinking. I don't know what it is. But it ain't it. Whatever it is, it ain't it. You got to come back tomorrow. Hellman needs to be in the starting 9. You got Merrill, Kelly on the bump. I don't know if Higgy is hurt. If he's not, I'd like to see Higgy. I know Heim had a decent game tonight, and good for him. By the way, I've told y'all, I can't play this game where we overreact to a single game performance. You know what? Josh Young tonight, super glad that he hits the bomb. Super glad he has 2 hits. It hasn't been there all season long consistently from Josh Young. I'd love to see it happen 2 or 3 games in a row. Would love it. And I love Jungle Cat. Y'all know this. My longtime listeners know this. Love Jungle Cat. Would love to see a game like this from him more than once a week. Jonah Heim, I'd love to see a game like this from him more than once a month. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be prisoner of the moment with some of these guys. They've got to step up. I'd love to see Higgy catching tomorrow. Clearly, he's got something going on. Probably won't be. The Rangers have got to figure out whether they want to make it to October or not. I'm sorry, when you're holding guys out with 11 games back, I can't do anything but question. It's either the coaches that are making the decision to hold these guys out, or it's the players being freaking babies out there. And that's why I'd love for the reporters to ask the question. Are you hurt? Can you not go? Or are the coaches responsible for this decision just holding you out? It just boggles my mind, y'all. Some of the stuff that I've seen transpire over the last 24 hours. Hellman sitting yesterday. It started with that, honestly. I know some of y'all saw that lineup card yesterday, Hellman sitting, and you're like, what are we doing? What are we doing? It doesn't take a baseball savant to keep Mike Hellman in the lineup every day. It doesn't. It does not take a baseball savant to play your hottest hitter every game down this 11-game stretch that you've got left. Caden, I'm surely hoping we do, baby. Dake, I am totally with you. I don't think Jonah Heim will be back next year at all. I hope Rangers win next 2. And Robbie and all y'all, I know that I'm on a heater right now. I'm hot after this game. I'm not even going to shy away from it, but I still believe we can win the next 2 games. I do. We've got Merrill Kelly. We've got Jacob deGrom on the hill Tuesday, Wednesday. Astros are not throwing Valdez. They're not throwing Brown. It's not like they don't have anybody of quality in the rotation. They do. But you've got an opportunity with the better pitching the rest of the way to go get 2 wins and still get out of this series with a chance. You could be potentially 1 game out of the playoffs if you win the next 2. You've got to do it, though. I don't think you can lose this series and have a legitimate shot. You lose tomorrow, you're going to be 4 games out of a playoff spot. How's that going to work? You got 10 games and you're 4 games out. It can happen, but it's going to take something miraculous. Somebody is going to have a major melt down the stretch for you to climb out of a 4-game hole with 10 games left. I don't want to necessarily say tomorrow is must win, but I think it is. I don't want to say it because I don't want to be let down. I'll be 100% transparent with you. I don't want to be let down tomorrow, but I do feel like tomorrow you got to win the ball game. You cannot drop 4 games out. And you know what? You win on Wednesday. Okay, now you're back to 3. Now you only got 9 games left and you're 3 games out. Not impossible, but it becomes almost impossible to lose games at that point. You almost got to win 8 or 9 straight in order to make it. Because all the other team has to do is be a little above average to maintain their position. Calling out players who won it in 23. Josh Smith shouldn't be an infielder. He lost the game with the error. Look, for everybody, I've said this before, and I'm not trying to come after people and call out people. because I've been wrong too. I've had takes that don't work out. Look, I'd like to think my batting average is pretty solid if I do say so myself, but we all have takes that don't work out. And at the beginning of the year in the offseason, you remember there were plenty of people, I would almost throw myself into this mix, that thought Corey Seager, Josh Smith, is there that big of a difference with them defensively? Josh Smith is not a terrible defender. But I've got to say this, watching other people play shortstop for the past 3 weeks, I miss Corey Seager. I cannot wait till that man gets back out at shortstop for us. We had people trying to move Corey Seager to first base in the offseason. Dude, I miss Corey. Dude's our best shortstop by far. Zeke Duran might have a better arm than him. I don't think anybody plays the position on our team better than Corey Seager. Miss him, man. Cannot wait till we get him back. And I pray that we get him back still in the race with an opportunity to do something special. You do not want to see postseason Seager. You don't. And you can only hope he gets his timing back in time for that. You're talking about Adolis coming out the gate, not really being well timed up. You hope that Corey Seager, being the robot that he is, can make a little bit of a quicker adjustment. We keep going. Look, Danzo, I'm with you. That's why the questions got to get asked. And if they don't give it to you, then they don't give it to you. But you ask the tough questions. You ask the tough questions. Are players just not available? Are they telling you, the coaches, that they cannot play? No, they're not? Okay, so what's the strategy here? You've got 11 games left. Why are we sitting guys with 11 games left? You got to ask the questions. Have to. I'm just going through comments right now. Yeah, the big error, absolutely. The big error was huge. And Bochy decided, obviously, to stick with Jack Leiter because apparently we don't have anybody in the bullpen that could throw today besides Jacob Webb. Nobody else could throw today besides Webb. You might as well left them all in the hotel room. If nobody else but Jacob Webb could throw in a game like this, and you had to extend Jack Leiter into the 7th inning. Yeah, that's what I mean, Antonio. I can't be patient anymore. We have got 11 games left. I can't be patient. I'm not ready to trust the process right now with the last 11 game plan. You just dropped out to 3 games out of a playoff spot because you're trying to be patient and work the management of the arms and the pitch counts. Throw it out the window and get to October. Have to. I hope the Rangers win the next 2. I really hope they do. Forcing Peterson in top of the lineup has killed us all year. Jock had a good game yesterday. He didn't have a great game today. Didn't have a great game today, that's for sure. Who do I got winning the division? I think at this point, it's looking like a 2-person race. I feel like the Rangers' chances of winning the division are getting very, very slim. You know what? And you don't need to win the division. You just got to get in. But yes, I don't think the Rangers have an awesome shot at this point to take the AL West. I think Dolly's going to catch fire soon. Bochy. Yeah, we got 11 games left, Boch. I think that at this point, if he's not going to catch fire tomorrow, you need to start rethinking things. Right? You can't keep telling us the same stuff you told us in May when this team was struggling. You need results now. Keep going. Next 2, Bo, feel like must win. 100%. We keep going. We should have sold at the trade deadline. Let's let it play out, but you are going to look pretty dang foolish if you don't end up making it to October. That's for sure. Adolis every time looks like he does not he does not care. I'm going to edit a little bit for all of my under 18s out there. You know what I mean. Hits a grounder, just half effort, running to first, sloppy. Look, I think that there's going to be some question marks. Adolis Garcia, the effort, how healthy he is. Did you rush him back? Especially if he continues to slide coming out the gate. Rowdy better at first base. Look, Jake Berger's been pretty reliable at first. I've sung Jake Berger's praises at first. At this point, I don't think that Rowdy is a better first baseman than Jake Berger, but I will say this, the scoops, like Jake Berger, can we just be real? Jake Berger should have picked that baseball tonight. A good, elite first baseman with the glove picks that Josh Smith throw. I think we got to say that. If you think that is not a pickable baseball on that error by Josh Smith, you're crazy. That is 100% a baseball that can be picked. 100%. I'm sorry. That is not a ball that is impossible for a first baseman, a major league first baseman, to pick. Does Josh Smith need to make a better throw? Do I blame Josh Smith more than I blame Jake Berger? Absolutely. Josh Smith, you got to hit the guy in the chest. But for me, to let Jake Berger off the hook, like, bro, you shouldn't be able or shouldn't expect him to pick that baseball, that makes no sense to me. And I think any first baseman worth their salt would tell you the same exact thing. Jake Berger's got to pick that baseball. He's got to. Any first baseman in this league will tell you that, Jake Berger included. But Josh Smith's got to make a better throw. Keep going. Adolis 0 for Garcia activated to kill the season. Johnny, it feels like it right now. It feels like it right now. Did Bochy lose us this game? It kind of feels like the coaching definitely did outweigh everything else. But look, we can look at a lot of individual performances tonight. Guys that could have been better. Look, you had 4, 5, and 6 going a collective 0 for 11. Peterson, Berger, Garcia go 0 for 11. I mean, look, you can't do it. Done 100%. 100%. I blame Josh Smith for that play more than I blame Jake Berger, but I'm not going to sit back and pretend like that's an impossible pick for Jake over at first base. And I think if you talk to Jake, 1,000% he would tell you he needs to pick that baseball. But Don, I'm with you. Josh Smith has got to make that play. He's got to make that play. He's got to get a good throw and hit him in the chest. Yeah, you might be right. You might be right, Caden. Like, he might not be fully healthy. And if that's the case, then it is shame on the coaching staff. You didn't need Adolis back this badly. You really didn't. So if Adolis is still hurt, I don't even understand that move at all. Why are you rushing back Adolis Garcia? You had no need. And look, maybe that's hyperbole. I don't want to pretend like a healthy Adolis cannot contribute at all to this team, but you didn't have a need in the sense that you were winning games and getting production from your outfield. Appreciate the follow. I wonder, look, Jacob, I cannot see, for anybody wondering, I cannot see them benching Adolis in this Houston series. I don't think they're going to do it. There's too much aura. There's too much history. I do not think that they're going to bench Adolis. I would be shocked if they sit Adolis for any of these remaining games in Houston. Yeah, look, it makes you miss Seager and Simeon, man. It makes you miss them. Mad Dog needs to get these boys right. Something. Seriously. Troy, 100% we should have won this game. It's ridiculous that we lost it. Ridiculous. So frustrated. So frustrated. There's 11 games left. I don't know. I can only speak to y'all from my playing experience. Season on the line, there's no way I'm not asking for the baseball out in the bullpen. There's no way I am not toughing out an injury to play when you've got 11 games left and your season is on the line. Zero chance. Brian, I'm with you 100%, but I don't think they're going to bench him, man. I just don't. Soldier, I think you might be right. Colts fan, I don't think there's any way that they fire Bochy. I think that there's too much respect there, Chris Young, for Boch. I think Boch controls his own destiny. If he wants to coach again, I think he's going to coach again. I don't think there's going to be any kind of conversation. Hey, would you mind moving on? I don't think there's going to be anything like that, man. It's just like, I don't think there's anything like that. Hang on one sec, y'all, on TikTok. So Boch says, I just got a notification from Jared Sandler. Apparently, Bochy's reasoning for not pinch running Heim is because he wanted Higgy to be available to pinch hit for Jock Peterson the next time up. Which, look, I don't think is a terrible strategy, but I still don't agree with it. You got to find a way to get that run home to tie up the game. It totally changes the dynamic. I'm not at all a fan or buying into that excuse. Well, we wanted Higgy available to pinch hit the next inning. You cannot play for the next inning when you've got it all right in front of you in the inning that you're in. Unless you have no faith in Wyatt Langford there to come through, which, look, Wyatt's had his ups and downs, but I absolutely thought there was a chance Wyatt Langford was going to get a hit there, and he did. So to me, to be playing an inning ahead when you've got the world's slowest runner on second base, I'm sorry, Jonah Heim, my goodness. I'd love to get on Baseball Savant. In fact, I'm going to right now. What is the percentile for Jonah Heim's sprint speed? I just don't even understand how you're trying to hold Higgy for the next inning. Man, you've got a pinch run for Heim right there. Have to. It was a huge, or you don't send him. Or you just don't send him. Swolger, I'm with you. It's a BS excuse. You can't be playing an inning ahead when you have an opportunity to tie the game right then and there. Jonah Heim in the 8th percentile for sprint speed in Major League Baseball. Not as bad as I thought. I thought for sure bro was bottom 5. At least he got into outside of the top 5, or the bottom 5, excuse me. Bochy and Smith sealed this season. It's over. Don, I'm not willing to go there yet, but I feel very frustrated after tonight. Do we trade for Rutschman? I would love if we did. I want the Rangers so badly. Go get and I don't want to be insulting to Higgy. I don't want to even be insulting to Jonah Heim, but go get a real catcher. Go get a primary catcher that can catch 130 games for you. I know that gone are the days where a catcher goes 150 plus. Go get a guy that's going to catch 130 for you. Stop with this platoon 50-50 BS. Go and get a guy that can catch a legitimate 130 for you, is good offensively, isn't just some defensive specialist. I'd love to see it. Please go make that move. It doesn't have to be Rutschman. You could go sign JT Realmuto. I'll take just about anything, but I need the guy to catch 130 plus and be a legitimate threat at the dish. Look, right now, I'm sorry, about the best thing you're getting out of these guys is good framing. And we've talked about this. Framing is not even really going to be a thing next year, at least not as much. With the ABS challenge system, framing is not going to be nearly as valuable next year. You're not getting the big calls because you did a good job framing it. They're going to challenge it, and it's going to get overturned. Framing is not going to be nearly as valuable next year. And if all you're getting from your current catchers is good framing, they're not controlling the run game. They're not providing you a lot of pop offensively. You've got to go out and invest money in a real catcher. Have to. Caden, I'm with you. You have to stop Jonah Heim there. Beasley, look, I get it to an extent. There's 2 outs, but he hadn't even touched the base. It was like maybe simultaneous, but wasn't even going to be close. It would have taken a terrible throw from Sanchez out in left field for that to have worked out. It would have had to have been horrendous. Bro wasn't even really trying. It was like medium effort on that throw. He wasn't throwing all out there. He wasn't doing the janitor throw. That was like long toss with your buddy. It wasn't even close. Look, I know Jock Peterson is up next. And look, Jock Peterson, if he comes up in that spot, you're probably going to be pinch hitting him for Higgy. So that even makes less sense to me. Look, I'm just piecing this together on the fly. So look, if the plan is that you're going to pinch hit for Jock, who was up next, Jock Peterson was up next. If that's the plan, how are you not on the same page with Tony Beasley? How are you not on the same page? Y'all, this is coming to me literally in the moment right now. So if the excuse is I didn't pinch run for Jonah because I wanted Higgy to pinch hit for Jock, why don't you hold up Jonah Heim at third base knowing you're going to pinch hit Higgy for Jock and have a legitimate threat up at the plate with a lefty-righty matchup? Makes even less sense to me now. The coaching decisions tonight were not great. They just weren't. I could do a whole reel on it, and I probably will. And it'll probably drop sometime tomorrow. Lulu, I'm 1,000% with you. I have no clue why you're saving arms right now. I'm sorry. The game is in front of you. You know what? I don't know if any of my Mariners fans are still hanging out right now. A lot of respect to some of y'all. Good people. Look, not everybody from opposing teams are trolls. I love to have everybody here on the show, fans from all teams, and we get a lot of them, a lot of really good people. If y'all are still hanging out, I got to give major props to the Mariners. Literally in almost every one of their tight games that they played at home this past week. So they were playing the Cardinals. They were playing the Angels. So many of those games the Mariners had this week were tight games. And almost game after game, maybe I'm just making this up with the rose-colored glasses, I don't know. It felt like every game that was tight, they were throwing their arms. They were not saving anybody. They're like, we got to win this ball game. We're throwing the same guy again that we just threw last night. We got to win this ball game. I got to give the Mariners some credit. It felt like all last week they were throwing the top arms in tight games to try and win. Bochy's delusional. He also took forever to move Josh Smith from first at bat. Look, Josh Smith continues to hit leadoff. He didn't have a terrible game tonight, but there's a lot of moves to break down, y'all. There's honestly like so many. You could honestly spend an hour on each one. Harry, they did. No urgency. The comment was from Harry, they managed tonight, the coaching staff managed tonight like you've got 30 games left when you've really got 11. You know what, Michael, you might be right, but you know what? At least Seattle is probably going to get to October. They might flame out, but at least Seattle is going to get there. We might not get there if we continue to do what we're doing right now, which is give guys off days. They're tired. They're tired. We got to give them a break. Rest when you're on the couch in the off season. You got the off season. Rest then. Right now, you've got to make it to October. Have to. Have to. That's what I mean. Antonio, you've heard me say that before too, bro. Like, I get it. These guys have stuff going on. Yeah, I'm sure the arms are tired. I'm not disputing that the arms are tired. And again, all I can do is tell you what it was like when I played, and I know some of y'all played too. In this kind of environment, with this little season left, I fully understand that I'm not going to be at 100% the rest of the way. But give me the dang ball, because I don't want to go out without all of my bullets being fired. Go with my arm needs to be limp at the end of the year for me to feel like I laid it all out on the line. I'm sorry. First inning error gave us 2 runs. Yeah, the first inning error by Leiter. This is back-to-back starts. Not able to field his position. He slipped tonight. The last game, he couldn't get the ball in the glove. Couldn't secure the baseball. Yeah, it's been a rough back-to-back outings for Leiter fielding the baseball at his position. K-Hibbs, appreciate you. Thanks all y'all for the comments tonight. Thanks for hanging out. It's tough. It's a tough night tonight. But you just hope some way, somehow, the Rangers are able to win the next two. They've got Merrill Kelly. They've got Jacob deGrom on the mound. It's very possible. This game hurts because you were in it. You had a chance to win it, and you didn't. And the same thing can be said about yesterday's game in Queens. You could have won yesterday's game. Lane, appreciate the gift. Francisco, if you're still hanging out, appreciate the gift. Anybody else that I missed, I'm so sorry. I'll definitely hit you up in the DMs. Thank you so much for anybody that's given a gift on the show today. So generous. Thank you. I definitely don't want to ignore, so if I've missed you, my sincere apologies. I'll hit you in the DMs after the show. Yep, JC, it's well said. You got to win the next two. There's no better guys to have out there than Kelly and deGrom. You just hope that they are game. You hope they're game. By the way, what happened to Yordan Alvarez? Is there any news on Yordan right now? That looked like a brutal ankle turn. I wonder if it was something more serious than just a sprain. That looked like an absolutely brutal ankle turn. Sprains ankle is what they're saying. This was 24 minutes ago. Sprained left ankle. Timeline to be determined. Yep. Brian, you well said. The comment is we have our best pitching, but it's not going to mean anything if they keep holding out our best bats. Well said, my friend. Well said. Yordan does appear to be a little injury prone. I would agree with this, AB. Losing Evo did put us in a bind. That being said, the Merrill Kelly trade was huge. I think it's okay. It's the bats I'm more worried about at this point, especially if you're not going to play, like Brian just said, if you're not going to play your best ones, if you're not going to play Mike Hellman, who is on the heater of his life right now, and you benched him back-to-back games, I don't know how much it's going to matter either. The offense, Ed, 100%, does need to score more runs. Low-key, if lose Yordan, it might be wraps for us. I don't know. I will say y'all have been very resilient despite the injuries. Look, obviously, Rangers, Astros don't like each other very much, but I can give respect where it's due. The Astros have fought through a lot of adversity this year. The Framber Valdez drama, with the cross-up, Salazar behind the plate, all that stuff, the injuries. Astros have dealt with quite a bit this year off the field. And I mean, I don't know, injuries obviously can happen on the field, but you know what I mean. They've been resilient. They found a way to win. So, look, I don't even know if I would say that Yordan being out is the end of the road for the Astros. It's a loss, but I don't count them out of it. They have found a way to get past the injuries and still win ball games. And credit to them. Credit to them. I don't like the Astros. Y'all know this. I've got some really good friends that are Astros. I've made some great connections here through Right on Rangers with Astros fans. Some of y'all are just complete trolls, but that's any team, honestly. That's Rangers. That's any team. Any team has got its fans that are just straight up trolls. But I got to give the Astros credit. They have fought through adversity this year, and they're in a great position to make the playoffs. I hate to say that out loud because I would love to be able to say it about my own team. And for a while, and you know what? It might still be happening. We cannot give up after two losses like this. It just hurts so much more because we could have won these games. 100% at this point, you're probably cheering for a Mariner sweep. Probably, Jeff. If Garcia is in tomorrow, hopefully not. He better be hitting 8th or 9th. I think he's in, and I think he probably hits no lower than 6th. I don't think Garcia, there's any chance he's hitting 8th or 9th. I think he's probably hitting no lower than 6th, but probably somewhere in the 4 to 6 range if I had to guess. Dan, I'm not ready to say it yet. I'm not, but you know what? It definitely may be football season sooner rather than later, like fully football season. Dan, you've been saying it. I know some of y'all were worried when Adolis came back. What would happen? It's not a good first 2 games. Trent, he is signed through next year. Of course, the Rangers don't have to give Adolis Garcia a contract next year. You could let him walk. I don't think they will. I think the Rangers will try to trade him, even if it's for cash. Even if it's for cash and maybe a low-level prospect, I don't think you're getting a ton for Adolis. I think you would have gotten a lot more potentially at this last trade deadline. You didn't deal him. I don't know how big the market is going to be in the offseason. I'll be very curious to see what the Rangers can potentially get for Adolis Garcia. I don't think there's any way he opens up the year as our starting right fielder in 2026. I just don't see it. I don't. Keep going. Jock Peterson is back to being bad because he's not walking anymore. Well, Gio, he had a good game yesterday, didn't he? I think Jock had a pretty good game yesterday. Had a big hit to tie up the game. We can't forget about that. Tonight he was not great, but look, Jock had a huge hit. Had a huge hit yesterday that honestly should have been a huge moment in a big sweep of the Mets. And it wasn't meant to be. Rick, I'm with you. Keep the Rugrats playing for now. See how far they can go. I don't think you can bench Mike Hellman, bench Cody Freeman, and have Adolis playing in the cleanup spot. That makes no sense to me. Like, if you got to play Adolis, you got to find a way to keep Hellman and Freeman in the lineup. You have to. Yeah, Brian, I'm with you. And I think that the conversation is going to get louder and louder if the Rangers cannot turn this around. Look, even if Adolis becomes 2023 God mode, I still think you sell him in the offseason. I don't think you at all hold on to Adolis in a contract year. I think you trade him, and I think you pray he goes 23 God mode and gets you to the playoffs and wins you another ring, and then you say goodbye in the offseason. You don't try and hang on to Adolis. If he is hurt, Natalie, you 1,000% do not play him. And I don't understand why they would or why they are if he is not 100%. Max, appreciate all the comments, man. UT Nation, I sure hope so. I sure hope so. Good seeing you, my guy. I sure hope, Sergio, I hope that they can get Adley. You'd have to trade for him. He's not a free agent, so you can't sign him, but you could trade for him. You could sign JT Realmuto from the Phillies. That would be another guy I would love to see. Jock hasn't earned his contract yet. 100% no. Troy, yeah, we're definitely catching you guys at a good time in terms of pitchers. Look, it doesn't mean much. I thought we had the advantage tonight with Jack Leiter. Wasn't meant to be. I definitely think we have the advantage pitching-wise with Merrill Kelly and Jacob deGrom back-to-back. But again, we bench our best bats, and the other guys in the lineup are going 0 for 11. Garcia, Berger, Peterson going 0 for 11. That's not going to win you games. It's not. Robbie loved Garcia too, but it ain't going to work. Not over yet. Max, I'm with you 1,000%. Ram, the last thing I heard is they're talking about next steps. He just pitched, I think, on Friday or Saturday. He's had some really good outings, I think, from what I've heard. We can go check out the game log right now. Let's go ahead and do it. Why not? But I think that he could be back for the Marlins series if everything was played right. I think you could see him potentially back for the Marlins series. Now, you go to the game log. Let's check this out. I went to MILB. Come on, give me MLB. Let's go now. So, game log for him. Minors this year. Let's check it. It's not showing it to me for whatever reason. It's being funky. I'm sorry, y'all. I'll try and get it. We'll keep looking at the Tyler Mahle game logs. We'll find it. Some way, somehow, we'll get to it. Tyler Mahle has not pitched since June 10th. Isn't that crazy? Tyler Mahle has not pitched in a game since June 10th. Wowza. Next, he's a rehab assignment. Is his status still? We'll see. I'll go back to MILB and see if I can figure out anything, y'all. Sweeping the Brewers and almost Mets really helped us. We still have a great chance. We do. Need this team to lock in. Cowboys and Longhorns have utterly failed. Look, I know Longhorns have not looked awesome to start the season, have not looked awesome out the gate, but I still have hope for them. Cowboys, big win on Sunday. It's going to be a tough year for the boys. I definitely do not think that they have no shot to make it to the playoffs. I think that they could easily go 9-8, 10-7, maybe sneak in, but I could see this team being 7-10 as well. Jordan left the clubhouse in crutches. All right. How many wins do I think we need to get to make it? Well, right now we're at, 79? 79 wins, right? I think you got to get to 87. I think going 8-3 will probably get the job done. I think you got to go 8-3. I think you got to get to 87 wins, and you probably got to go 8-3 down the stretch. Brian, we're still in this. Y'all already know. We'll be back. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back on Wednesday. And we will continue to bring y'all as good a coverage as we can, in-game, post-game. Look, I appreciate y'all choosing Right on Rangers for your hangout spot after the games. There's a lot of stuff out there, a lot of Rangers creators out there. I appreciate you guys choosing this channel. It means a lot to me. Shoot, this is why I started this. Therapy after nights like tonight and places where you can go and celebrate with other fans, with other diehards. That's why I started this whole thing way back when, man. I just love talking ball with really anybody. Doesn't matter what team you love. I mean, obviously, y'all see the team on the hat. You see the team on the shirt. But I like talking ball with anybody. And this truly does. It's good for me to have this, to have you guys. So thank you. Keeps me sane. Seriously. All right, let me see. What do I get? What do I got here? Can't let the Astros of all teams send us to the offseason. Trent, 100%. 100%. Sergio, I'm with you. You have Evo, DeGrom, Kelly, Malley. I do kind of wonder if Malley never gets hurt, though. Do we even go after Merrill, Kelly? I think probably no. I don't even know if we go after Merrill, Kelly if we had a healthy Tyler Malley. So it might not have worked out quite like that, but you never know. Patrick, you cannot get a gig 'em. Although props to you guys. What a win. What a win for A&M. Y'all had to tackle the Notre Dame defensive tackle on that last touchdown to get it done, but y'all got it done. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there. Absolutely tackled the defensive lineman on that last play. No clue how I wasn't holding, but you know what? I get it. Refs aren't perfect. I'm sure A&M didn't get some calls, blah, blah, blah. It's a big win. It's a big win. Notre Dame, though, you kind of wonder, how good is Notre Dame? Like, if you're an A&M fan, you kind of need to cheer for Notre Dame to not lose any more games. Notre Dame is 0-2 right now. For this to really be a nice win, Notre Dame better not lose any more games for y'all. Hellman will boycott without the gig 'em. I can't do it, y'all. You're not going to get it out of me. Although my high school buddies and I, like all of my high school friends, all Aggies fans, love them to death. It's the one toxic trait that they have. Love them to death otherwise. And you know what? They love me through my Longhorns passion as well. But look, maybe for the Lone Star Showdown at the end of the year, we can get some friendly wagers going. I'll be up for it. I'll be up for it. It will pain me, but I will be up for it. We'll have to get some friendly wagers going for Lone Star Showdown. That'll be fun. Surely hope that the next two are better than tonight, y'all. Surely hope that's true. All right, by the way, game logs. We're checking it out right now. Tyler Malley did get roughed up pretty badly against Albuquerque on September 2nd. But since then, he has not given up an earned run in 6 1/3 innings pitched. Over his last two outings, 6 1/3, 3 hits, 1 walk, 9 strikeouts. The first outing was not good. He went 1 inning and gave up 5 earned runs and a homer. After that first outing for Tyler Mahle against Albuquerque, 2 1/3 shutout, and then against Sugarland, he went 4 innings of shutout. So, look, Tyler Mahle, he might be ready pretty soon, maybe even for the Marlins series. Man, all of y'all are trying to make alliances right now. We just got to get to the postseason. Once we're in a little bit of a better position, I will be more than happy to make some alliances. But right now, with the Rangers 3 games out of a playoff spot, I got no choice. Man. Hey, Pino Las Vegas, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, bud. Good to see you. Thanks for supporting the show. Hit me with the Galaxy. You're too generous. Thank you, bud. Appreciate you a lot. Let's see, what else? What else we got? Why do we keep putting Adolis in? Hellman needs to start every single game. I agree. It is really, really unfortunate that Mike Hellman was benched 2 games in a row. Hey, Pino Las Vegas, thank you so much. Appreciate those kind words, bud. We'll see you soon, all right? Thank you so much for the support tonight of the show. It means everything. We'll see you tomorrow. Gonna need these next 2 for sure. Gonna need these next 2, absolutely. Astros winning tomorrow. My goodness, Tomas. Hope not. Hope not. Please no. Please no. The heart level was absolutely on high alert with the 64-yarder. I had literally zero doubt that Brandon Aubrey was going to miss the 40 yarder to win the game. The 64-yarder, that's when the heart was pumping. And it was kind of wobbling a little bit. The 64-yarder was the test. I had no doubt that Brandon Aubrey was going to hit the 46-yarder for the win. He's an outstanding kicker. Your Don Big Game James sprained his ankle and he left on crutches, apparently. Javier's pitching tomorrow, is that right? We haven't even previewed the game for tomorrow. We've been so hot about how this one ended. I think we've done enough going through tonight. Look, was not the Rangers' evening. We highlighted some performances today. Josh Young, 2 for 4, had a home run. We know Wyatt Langford had a couple of hits as well. Jonah Heim was 1 for 3 with a walk. Rowdy Tellez and Zeke Duran both had big pinch hits. There's a few nice performances to highlight, but for me, the biggest glaring mistake, you got to get Mike Hellman in the 1 through 9 every day. Cody Freeman, look, I know that the numbers aren't gaudy, 225 with a 591 OPS, but he's just a spark plug, man. I want to see those guys play every day. Look, tomorrow's games. We'll check out tomorrow. Let y'all know. Go through the pitching matchup, and then we're going to call it a show. While that loads, I'll continue to check some comments. Kelly no-hitter tomorrow? Man, that would be nice. Surely would be nice. Stroh's keeping that silver boot in Houston again. Well, y'all better sweep if you want that to happen. The Rangers, if they win one more game, they win the silver boot. So y'all better win the next 2 if you're planning on taking the silver boot. Kelly no-hitter tomorrow and DeGrom perfect game Wednesday. Sergio, I love it. Zach Cole's definitely on fire right now, Z-Man. He is definitely terrorizing opposing pitchers at this point. Yeah, if Astros want to win the silver boot, they got to sweep this series. Rangers win 1 game, they take silver boot. All right, Max, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night. Appreciate you hanging out. Hey, real quick, want to say a special thank you to all of my paid subscribers on TikTok. Anybody that's given a gift tonight on TikTok as well. Same thing for YouTube. Thank you to all of my paid members. Appreciate all you guys. And look, there's a lot of ways to support the show. You've seen some people doing it already, but I just want to be real. The watch time, the comments, the likes, we don't take any of those things for granted. There's not a bad way to support this show. We're thankful for each and every way that you guys go through the effort to do. So I just want to say thank you to all y'all. And look, a few months ago, we did start up a $2.99 per month subscription. Allows you exclusive access to a Ride on Rangers Discord. It's like the one thing I've monetized. If you want to take your support of me and the show to the next level, be much, much appreciative if you would consider that $2.99 subscription. If it's not for you, keep doing exactly what you're doing. There's no hard feelings, but I would love to have you in the Discord. It's a great group of people. We go back and forth about literally all topics all day long. It's really good stuff. Would love for you to be a part of it. If you're on TikTok and that's interesting to you, bottom left corner of your screen, right next to the chat, hit that button, that subscribe button, and we'll get you into the Discord right after the show is over. If you're on YouTube and, again, you're interested, we will go ahead and we'll drop a link for you in the chat. You'll have to copy and paste it into a browser of your choice, and then we will get you, again, into the Discord right after the show as well. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for all the ways that you support Ride on Rangers. It means a ton. All right, let's go ahead and let's wrap up with the preview of tomorrow. Hopefully it can be better than today. The pitching matchup, though. Merrill Kelly against Blue Ball. Blue Ball tomorrow. What a name. What a name. All right, enough said. I don't need to get myself into trouble. Merrill Kelly against Houston. Altuve, 222, average in 9 ABs. Yordan Alvarez, don't think we'll see him tomorrow, but he has a 167 average against Alvarez. Caratini is 4 for 12 in his career. Correa, 2 for 9. Dubon, 1 for 5. Pena, 0 for 7. Smith, 0 for 3. Sanchez, 2 for 12 with a home run. 167 average. Trammell 0 for 3, and Christian Walker 1 for 3. So by and large, Houston has not had a ton of success against Merrill Kelly. I mean, look, it's a small sample size, so take it with a grain of salt, but I do like seeing numbers like this. Then on the other side, you got against Blue Ball, Texas, Berger 0 for 2, Duran 1 for 1, Freeman 0 for 1, Higgy 0 for 1, Josh Young 0 for 1, Langford 0 for 2, Osuna, Peterson each have a walk against him. No official AB. Josh Smith 0 for 1. So look, not a big sample size either. You're talking about 4, 6, 8. You're talking about 9 total ABs that Blue Ball has against Texas Rangers hitters. So really not a lot that I can go off of there, to be honest with you, in a one-shot AB for a lot of these guys. I can tell you this, Blue Ball over his last 7 games, he has not started a game in his last 7. He's mainly come out of the pen. He is 3-0 with a 2 ERA in his last 18 innings. 18 innings pitched, 9 hits, 5 walks. So he is a little susceptible to control issues. But 9 hits, 4 earned runs, .78 whip. He's been pitching pretty well. His last 3 outings, he has gone scoreless. Last 3 outings, he has pitched 7 shutout. 7 Ks. So definitely not a pushover. Definitely a guy that's probably going to challenge the Rangers a little bit. He is a righty. Not sure if he's going to be in an opener role tomorrow or not. We'll see what happens. Keep on going. Jordan Glazer, are you serious? Oh my gosh. That has to be intentional. You agree? That has to be intentional. I mean, it's funny. I'm kind of low-key. I'm here for it, but that is hilarious. That's hilarious, man. Our left-handed lineup does not give me much hope. Blue Ball's right-handed, so I don't think that is going to be an issue, Trent. But who are they throwing on Wednesday? That, I guess, would be the question that you kind of look out for. Who are they throwing on Wednesday? Wednesday, they're throwing Javier. So it's DeGrom, Javier. That's going to be a pretty good matchup, although Javier's got a 4.78 ERA on the season, has not been his typical self. Look, Merrill Kelly, speaking of not being typical self, he had a little bit of an off day against the Brewers. Still got the win, but gave up 10 hits against Milwaukee. Only went 5 2/3, struck out 6. So I'm sure Merrill Kelly will be looking to be a little bit more elusive, getting a little bit more swings and misses. But look, still a pretty fine outing for him, nearly a quality start. Merrill Kelly, as a Texas Ranger, has been pretty solid. He has been pretty solid. Oh, Trent, you're saying left-handed hitters. I get it. Yeah, look, it's weird. At the beginning of the year, we always would bag on the lineup that we put out when we're facing a left-handed starter. You almost feel better with that lineup in now. Look, I don't think they've given an update. They said sprained ankle, Lulu, but I don't know a whole lot else beyond that. Yeah, Brian, I think he's a reliever primarily. He has started, I believe, like one game in his last 15 outings. So I think he's kind of spot starter, maybe opener type. That's all I could really gather. Globe Life South, hopefully some hits tomorrow. Agreed. Agreed. I want to see Rowdy get more ABs. Rowdy has been doing a little bit better of late. He was cold as ice for a while, but he's been doing better of late. Big pinch hit today. Jeff, you were there. It looked like, it was a great game. It honestly was very back and forth until the very end when it got away from the Rangers a little bit. Absolutely. Hey, do me a favor real quick. If you're watching and you have not hit that follow button yet, what are we doing? Come on, we're going to do this again tomorrow. It'll be fun. Come back and hang out. Hopefully then you'll get a notification when we go live. So hit that follow button if you still have not done so, whether you're on YouTube, whether you're on TikTok. And look, if you're on YouTube, I know it might not seem like a big deal. Hit that like button if you haven't done so yet. Helps push the show out, the channel out in general to more and more people. If you're on TikTok, double tap that screen a few times. Give a few hearts. We are going to wrap things up for today. Look, around the league, I don't think we really did any kind of scoreboard watching. Mariners didn't play today. I believe they play tomorrow, but they did not play today. Boston, I believe, was also off today. So the two other teams ahead of the Rangers, unfortunately, gain a half game on Texas. You look at the standings right now in the wild card race, the Rangers are now 3 games out behind Houston. They're 3.5 games behind Boston. Cleveland has now pulled even with Texas. They are also 3 games out of a playoff spot. That last series of the season might end up being a really big one. The Rangers go on the road to Cleveland to play the Guardians in their last games of the year. That could be really, really interesting. We shall see how Mariners fare in Kansas City. The Mariners are going on a 3-game road trip to KC, and then the Mariners come to Houston for a 3-game set as well. So Mariners could be a little bit of a make-or-break road trip for them. They have done well to build up a little bit of a lead here. We'll see how they fare against Kansas City and against Houston on the road. Much better team at home than on the road. A lot of teams are. I don't think that's disrespectful or a diss. The Rangers, shoot, classic example, Jekyll and Hyde, home and on the road. We shall see if the Mariners are able to maintain the pace that they've been on. They've won 9 games in a row. Rangers not out of it, but they have got to win probably, like we said, about 8 out of 11 games down the stretch if they want to not cut it super, super close. You could maybe get away with going 7-4. I think you really got to go 8-3 down the stretch to have a prayer and a chance. Yep, they are. Seriously. And Harry, appreciate the follow, man. Thank you so much. Nick, appreciate the follow as well. Yes, Javi, I do. I'm pretty much on everything, guys. So you want to follow me on YouTube. You want to follow me on Facebook. I'm on X. I'm on Threads. I'm on Blue Sky. I don't discriminate. I just got the handle right on Rangers for literally everything. And I've got a couple of apps that push out all my stuff to pretty much every social. So look, if TikTok is your thing, keep at it. If you would love to follow me on something else or keep up with me on X, do it. I don't post super frequently on X. I do post all my videos to X, and occasionally during the games, I'll fire off a few here and there. But I'm primarily Reels, Shorts, and then live streams after the games with occasional tweets and posts here and there during the game. Of late, I have just been so busy, y'all. I have not really been able to tweet a lot during the games, but I'm going to try and get back into it. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much for the support. It really means a ton. Thank you. Trent. Hey, look, got to be technical. But yes, Twitter for all y'all. I do still say tweet. I mean, I don't know what the other alternative is now that they changed it. I really have no idea. But Javi, you're welcome, man. Thank you for all the follows. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. I got to go ahead and get off. Dan, what's this? Shout out to my father as well. Birthday's on Sunday when the Cowboys played the Bears in Chicago. Got us winning 31-17. Happy birthday to the Pops. Hope the Cowboys get a win for him. 100%. Hey, we'll see y'all tomorrow. Todd, thank you for the follow, man. You guys are great. Rangers were not great tonight, but the sun comes up tomorrow. We flush this one out. We ride with Merrill, Kelly, Jacob deGrom, Intel on Wednesday. You hope the Rangers can get 2 in a row here, salvage this series before they head back home for a homestand against the Marlins. And that should hopefully be the start of a winning stretch as we approach the last 11 games of this season. Like we said, 8-3 would be great. 7-4 might get the job done. 8-3 to be a little bit more certain. That, I think, is what you have to aim for at this point if you're Texas. Appreciate all you guys. Have a great rest of your Monday night. And as I always say to end every show, God bless and go Rangers.